What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Best Damn Deck here on TCG University. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be telling you why I believe Jedah 2 is the best damn deck in the UniVersus card game. So, what we're going to be going over today is what they do, why is that thing good, interesting interactions with the character, overcoming the character's weaknesses, and the final thoughts of the deck. So, what does Jedah 2 do? It's very simple. I'll just run through his abilities, and we're going to start from the bottom up. So, enhance once per turn, if your opponent has 0 momentum, they add one of their ready foundations to their momentum, and you draw 1 card. And that's very good. It's an ability that we want to abuse over and over again. Response, destroy 1 foundation, after you block an attack, your opponent adds 1 of their foundations to their momentum. Also very good. Let's see how much we can get stacked in there. What's the payoff for all this momentum? Enhance, this attack gets +1 or -1 damage for each of your opponent's momentum. Why is this good? So Jedah does a lot of things really well. He debuilds my opponent. He gets some gnarly damage pumps and damage reductions. And he kind of gets to control the tempo, building-wise, of the game. He trades a 1-for-1. I'll destroy one of your foundations in order to give you +or -1 damage, which is like a positive of like 1.5, and you'll see why later. Giving your opponent the momentum is not the most terrifying thing in the whole wide world as both your opponent and Jedah. It's kind of like this very even trade, because the way that momentum works in our card game is that it is just like an additional bullet that we get to use. It's an extra resource that I get to pay out in order to do other cool, awesome abilities. So Jedah gives you that resource for the time being, but then you cash it in, kind of like a deal with the devil. You cash it in and then get to do all this really rad stuff. So why is this good? Like I said before, Jedah controls the pace of the match. The enhance once per turn. If your opponent has 0 momentum, they add one of their ready foundations to their momentum, and if you do, draw a card. I constantly get to stay ahead built. That is not a trading of my foundation for your foundation like his response, but this is, if you don't have one, you have one now. I'll draw an additional resource. I'll draw that extra card, and we have at least -1 damage on everything. So I get to stretch out my 28 health just a little further and a little further, a little further. Interesting interactions with the character. So interesting interactions is probably my favorite part about this character is the small little meta game that you get to play with him of how much momentum can I give you without you cashing it out and killing me. He's kind of like a really cool gambling character, right? He really wears this chaos symbol well, because the person playing the deck, I don't know how much momentum I'm allowed to give you. If you're playing a deck that has powerful EX multiple, you'll just kill me for it. If I give you 8 momentum and you draw a powerful 4 attack, I'm gonna die. My DR, as turn player, your first enhance is going to be, I'm gonna pitch all but 1 of this momentum. Sure, -1 damage, that's fine. I got 20 on it. It's chill. So we got that, and so the interesting interactions that we have is under all 3 of our symbols currently in the game, we've got ways to get rid of our opponent's momentum. We've got this snap, pitch the momentum. Under chaos, we have Ancestral Quiver, which is an action that says form. Your opponent discards their whole momentum. Under death, we've got things like We Are Many, You Are But One, which says check a 6. Your opponent discards momentum. That can be played on every single attack. And then under water, we have Spaceland that says response commit after a card is added to your opponent's momentum, they discard 2 momentum. So whether by their effect or my response add 1 in or enhance add 1 in, I can keep them on 0 momentum. Spaceland's non-unique, so I can possibly like commit 3 of them and pitch 6 of the momentum, add 1 back in. We can hit that emergency button whenever we need to. And so it's this delicate dance of, can I give you momentum? Can I not give you momentum? And so the more momentum that I give you, the cooler my abilities are. A lot of Jedah's foundations give my opponent momentum. A lot of his attacks get bonuses off of their momentum. And the main way that I kill people in my Jedah deck, when I play the deck, is a card called Jedah Delamento. I get about 80% of my kills with this card. It is a 3 diff that responds and plays itself as a reversal if you block with it. It gives itself a free momentum, and it has Jedah multiple 2. So with that Jedah multiple 2, I get to take and throw out all of this momentum. I blocked with this reversal, so I got to add another card in. It's a 3 damage attack, so by itself, bare minimum, if they don't do anything or I haven't done anything else, it's 15 damage if I get all the multiples out. And that's if I haven't been loading them up with momentum to begin with. Sometimes I can get, 5 or 6 momentum into there. And then at that point, these are 8 damage reversals, and you've got to deal with 3 of them. 24 damage on my opponent's turn kills them. And in addition to that, if I have 6 momentum in your momentum, if you have 6 momentum, if they're not mine, they're yours, pardon me, when you go to throw that attack afterwards, I'm just going to give it -6 damage, which means then I just don't have to deal with it. I don't have to block it anymore. You know I'm going to, because I want to give you that extra momentum, so that on my turn, my next Jedah Elemento that I multiple 2 out is going to have +7/+8 damage on each of them. And so the interesting interactions is that ballet. The weakness, though, is we are playing that chaos symbol. We're giving them the resource. We're going a little crazy. We're giving them this resource that if they draw a missile launcher, if they draw a nutcracker, if they draw a big multiple like windmill punch, demolishes our deck. Nutcracker, Dark Cherry Toe, missile launcher, all of these have these big cash outs. So I give you 8 momentum, and then you play Dark Cherry Toe in your card pool. I can't reduce your damage anymore because of the way that Dark Cherry Toe static works. And then from there, you multiple 2. It is 3/4 low for 6s that I'm not allowed to really interact with. I don't want to give you more momentum because it's possible a nutcracker or a missile launcher is coming in on Earth afterwards. And so how do you beat this? By, like I set up at interesting interactions, by trading off, when am I allowed to respond? When am I allowed to enhance? How do I keep them off that momentum? What is Ancestral Core the best choice? I've given you 8. I've done all my stuff. Form, discard all of it. Just get rid of it. Who needs it anymore? Or you play cards that seal their attack. So I'm playing 2 cards in my deck right now that are Paranormal Investigation, which says response remove after my opponent plays an attack with 3 or more keywords, seal it, and then I, turn player, cannot play enhances for the rest of it. They can still play enhances, but since it's sealed, they can't EX, they can't powerful, they can't give it stun, they can't, if it's like a missile launcher, they can't mill 4 to give it more damage, and so I'm okay with trying to block a 3 low for 6 at base stats. Maybe they can give a couple pumps, but like probably nothing intense. Or we have a card called Jurassic Jungle that says discard a momentum, seal this attack, playable by either player. I'm actually super okay with my attacks getting sealed. Most of my attacks only have 1 ability on them. And that ability normally is get paid out for my opponent to have a bunch of momentum. So them getting rid of their own momentum and keeping themselves down to like 2 or 3 is totally okay because we have ways to discard it all the way back down. And then from there, take and seal their attack or give them that extra one or so on and so forth. So my final thoughts on the character. This character is insane. This character is such a gnarly control character. He very much dictates the pace of the match. He does not have a lot of bad matchups, and it's only these specific cards, so just flood your deck with counters to those specific cards. Have plenty of low blocks, have plenty of multiple hate, have plenty of under the death symbol. We do get to play things like demanding submission. Do you want a powerful 6? That's not a card, actually. You did not play that. Sure, you spent the cash, but you burned for your vitality for it, and I cancel the ability. I'll block this. I'll give you back that momentum. There's so many ways for this character to bad manners your opponent in the current meta. That's why he's the best damn deck, truly, is there's so much that he says that he gets to do. He gets to play a very free game of UniVersus, excuse me, and my opponent just doesn't. They have to constantly be in this accounting mode of, hey, what's my momentum count? What's my foundation count? Is there a reversal coming? I have to keep track of so many things when I'm fighting against Jedah, and that's why I believe Jedah is the best damn deck in UniVersus. Thank you very much for watching, you guys.